Hello, everyone, and welcome to EsportsEDU R6. Today we have George and Ricky joining us, and we'll start with our introductions. So, George, you can go ahead and start.
All right, thank you. My name is George Gibby. I'm a sophomore, Bachelor of Science in Game Programming. My screen name is Admiral Snackbar, or Snackbar for short. I am the current captain and manager for the R6 team. Ricky? Oop.
What? Wait. You missed what? What's your favorite character?
What's my favorite character? That's right. I gotta say Thatcher, because he has a shockingly good resemblance to my dad.
Let's go.
Well, as you can see, I'm Ricky, or RS710. My major is I'm doing a BFA in animation with a concentration in 3D. I am the current IGL of the R6 team, and my favorite character, even though I'm gonna make some people cry, is Jackal. Jackal, best character, dude.
It's dangerous.
Jackal's a lot of fun, honestly. Yeah, and I'm Tom Stanovsky, and I'm a senior here at DePaul, majoring in computer science with the software development concentration. My esports involvement, I've played for Overwatch here for about like the full 4 years, pretty much, and I've recently joined the Valorant varsity team as a substitute. And yeah, I'm also like the student lead for DePaul FBS and the president for Overwatch. And my favorite R6 character, because I do play a decent amount of R6, I do have to say it's Nomad. I don't know why. Something about not being flanked and just being able to like run in and not worry about things sometimes. That's definitely up there for me, I think.
Yeah, that's a good pick. You don't want those roamers flanking you, and that's the best one to have.
Yeah.
Runouts.
All right. I'm just gonna before we start our questions. It seems like we have a lot of people here talking about crutch ops. I'm not sure if that is some kind of joke, but yeah.
Crutch ops, Thatcher, Nomad, and Jackal. That's a bit.
I think it's aimed towards me, but I'll take it.
I mean, what do you want me to say? Tachanka?
Oh, I used to love
the classic, the Lord.
Oh yeah, praise him.
All right,
he's good, but not the best.
All right, so I guess we could move into talking about your team. I guess the first thing we would ask is like, how many teams do you have? And I guess of the teams that you have, could you tell us a bit more about some of your teams?
Right. So right now it's just the one R6 varsity. It's been us since the beginning. We've run for 2 years now. Started in the 2019-2020 school year. And honestly, we'd be totally open to expanding. It just depends on how many people sign up. So
yeah,
if you're interested,
definitely.
Hint, you're welcome.
Yeah. we would love to have a second team, especially if we have enough people. Like we're having tryouts this next Friday. If we have enough people that want to play and we can make a second team, I would be definitely down to have a second team.
Yeah, I love the way you were like, we're having
hint, we're having tryouts.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you guys already answered my other question. Would you be open to having more teams and so on?
Of course.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I guess the next question, it'll be, when did you join the R6 team? And like, I guess when was it founded or started?
Right. So I said earlier, started in 2019 with 2 guys, Nat and Tom, and not this Tom, different Tom.
Oh right, yeah.
Those two were the originals. They founded it, got us all interested. Ricky, myself, 2 of the other guys, Allie, who's not here today, and Stevie, who recently graduated. Congratulations, Stevie. They founded the team, and Nat now is NYU, I believe, or some school in New York, and Tom has also graduated. So it's down to Ricky, myself, and Allie, and our new members that joined last year, and anyone else who feels like coming to tryouts.
Yeah. I remember my freshman year when I got here, because I'm a junior right now. I would always ask in the esports center, like, yo, do you have a rainbow team? No. Do you have a rainbow team? No. And then when I catch word that someone was making a rainbow team, I immediately went for it. And that's where I met Nat and Tom, and that's where I met George and everyone else in the team.
Yeah, and you mentioned Stevie. I remember that when I was like a freshman or even sophomore, maybe, I remember going. There's like a different gaming center at DePaul. It's in the CDM building
Yeah,
on like the
CDM
5th
5.
floor. Yeah, and Stevie was just always there playing Rainbow
always
Six, like
there.
all the
Always.
time.
He's always
Yeah.
there. That was his
Yeah.
home, man.
That's the
Yeah.
first person I met at DePaul that played Rainbow. He
Yeah.
came up to me. He's like, "Hey, do you play Rainbow?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, "Want to play together?" I was very weirded out. I was like freshman first quarter, and someone's asking me to play with them. Okay, sure.
Mhm.
That's cool. So I guess the next question will be, besides the tryouts that are coming up this on the 9th, I think, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Friday night.
When can students like normally try out for your title?
Right.
So this one we're having this tryout this upcoming Friday, but usually we have tryouts during the fall also. So for at least for this team, tryouts are happening often because we want more people to join. We want more people to be involved in our community.
Mhm.
And remember, Friday night, write it down. Friday night
Friday, April
tryout.
9th.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so we take part in 2 different tournaments. We take part in the Face It Collegiate Rainbow Six tournament during the school year, which is why we have tryouts in the fall. So you try out in the fall and you play during the Face It tournament in the winter. And then we also take part in the CR6 Summer League, which is why we're running tryouts right now. So if you want to get involved, please do. Hint, hint, April 9th. It's important to us.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that's actually a perfect explanation. That was literally going into the next question. So I'm glad that you talked about that.
Mhm.
I guess let's think about like the past and the future. So maybe were there any like highlights from the fall that you would like to talk about, or so on? Any funny moments, so on?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we had a lot.
we had a lot. I think our big one of our biggest strengths, weaknesses, however you want to put it, is consistency. Where okay, we'll struggle against teams we could beat, but then other days, all of a sudden, we'll explode on some team that has no right to be losing to us.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun when that happens. When you have the momentum rolling with you, and you just all of a sudden steamroll one map out of nowhere, it's great.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, one like our last game, we
Oh,
were
yeah.
steamrolling the other team. Like that was such a good. It was a coastline game, and we just went in. We had Ali, which we previously
Ali.
mentioned. He was fragging people with a red dot
Popped off.
across the map. Like his character could have a times two, but no. This man brought up a red dot one times and was just fragging. So those little moments, or people bringing in a
Mhm.
Ying and blinding everyone in sight and just dropping in, like whenever we get our stuff together and
Mhm.
coordinate, that's a dream team right there.
Because that's something I did want to mention that we really value a lot is kind of the spontaneity of some things. Like, yes, when it comes down to crunch time, we are a competitive team. We're going to bear down and we're going to get the job done. But then also, it's a game. You play the game to have fun. So if you can't have fun, why are you playing?
There you go.
Yeah. Cool. And I know you talked about I think the summer R6 league and so
Mhm.
on. So I guess I was curious, what is coming up this coming spring and in the summer that I guess people can look forward to.
Spring and summer, the big ticket right here is Summer League. There's always intercollegiate events that are put together by DePaul FPS, Prime, Courtney, making these things happen for us, which we really appreciate. But CR6 that's our next big thing. It's what we're gonna build towards.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I guess the next question will be, how often do your teams practice? And like, I guess in particular, what I'm curious about is like, what is the scrim environment like? Because it can differ game by game, and so like for me, even I don't know what the R6 scrim environment looks like entirely, but I'd love to
Ricky,
know.
you want to take this one?
Yeah, I'll take it. So, we usually do practices twice a week. Even though I would like it to be 3 times a week, we're still students, so we need to focus on that. But it usually practice, thanks to the newly added feature of replay mode.
Replay.
What we're thinking of doing practice is playing like warming up, playing a ranked, and then going over that and bringing up the files and seeing what we did wrong and what we did right, and that would just keep building on, like, and seeing what we did wrong and fixing it. So that is a huge advantage that we just got from Ubisoft. So and scrims, we usually do 10-mans,
Yeah.
and where we want to try out new strategies. Whenever we have a strategy that I created and we want to implement it, or that someone has created, we go into our 10-mans and we try it out. We see what works, what doesn't. We adjust, and we write down what worked, what didn't work. So we use scrims to figure out what works and what doesn't.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's something we should mention with the scrims is that a lot of times I actually scrim with some of the graduated players, Tom, Stevie, a
Lou.
guy named Lou, and they help us out a lot. So we really appreciate them. They help us stress test a lot of things,
Yes.
which some work great, others end up with us in the dirt.
Including, they also help us work on our mental. So that's always a plus, because Siege is not only in the hands, it's also here. You gotta keep
Mine,
it
baby.
cool.
Yeah, I'd say mental is honestly such a strong thing. Like, if your mental's low, like, oh my god, playing the game is just so hard.
Yep.
Becomes a drag.
Yeah.
Burnout all of a sudden just takes a whole new high.
Yeah. So these scrims, are they usually like 2 hours, or is it kind of just like an unsettled time frame?
Right. So if we have an official game, an official scrim, it's gonna be best of 3, and
okay.
each of those maps is around 40 minutes long, including any downtime. If it goes to overtime, then we can push it to an hour.
Yeah.
But typically, if we're just running 10-man games with friends to just stress test strategies, or even just play the game, doesn't have to be competitive.
Yeah.
That can be spontaneous. We can change the rules even.
Yeah,
It's
but
just-
you should, for like, we've had games that last 3 hours.
Yeah.
And those are very tough because it's 3 hours of playing. But if it's like 2 maps, which we usually do in like 10 mans, or if it's just we're getting destroyed or we're destroying and it's 2 maps, it's usually like 2 hours. So it's like an hour a map. If it's pretty bad and we're losing hard, or we're destroying too hard, it can go down to like an hour 30.
Okay.
Gives you a whole new level of respect for the pros who end up playing like 4 matches a day or best of 5 games. That's
Or
nuts.
in the finals, yeah, best of 5 games. That's crazy. It's a lot of time.
All right. So going back to like, this will be like the final thing about scrims, but who are your typical opponents? I know you mentioned that like you stress test with like some people that have previously attended DePaul and played on the team, but do you have like, are your typical opponents like just like random teams you find online, or are they mostly collegiate teams, so on, like that?
So we don't scrim too often, mostly because we just switched leagues this year.
Right.
So we're still kind of finding
And
our
it's a
footing.
new team. Yeah.
But if we're going to scrim, it's either with a team that can find us through the Discord channels for either CR6 or Face It. They both have just looking for scrim channels. Or we're hoping we can scrim a bit more with some of our other Chicago schools, namely UIC, because we have more than a couple of good contacts there that we want to keep building those relationships with. And hey, maybe make some sort of a LAN happen one day.
We gotta
that'd
keep
be
that
awesome in a couple
rivalry.
years.
Gotta keep that school rivalry. You know, they're across the street from us, so we gotta show them who's the best team.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move to some of the chat comments. There's been a lot, actually.
Oh boy.
So
I wonder who.
We can't see chat, so this is exciting.
Yeah, this person right here is asking, where can I get a DePaul Esports flag?
That's you, Prime.
Okay, I can answer this.
Yeah.
I think that the DePaul Esports flag was, I don't know, I like to call it a cape.
Exclusive
But
item.
yeah, anyone enrolled in a team right now, I think, got it mailed to them, and it was a total surprise. Like for the most part, even for me.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
If you're looking for DePaul merch, though, there is a temporary pop-up store.
That's true. Yeah, you could find it on the DePaul Esports Twitter if you wanted a fast link. I believe this is another player. He said CHT
Max.
Max,
one of the guys who joined the team
Yes, sir.
this previous fall.
He's like our stats guy, and I truly appreciate
yeah.
Max for setting everything up. He keeps us on our toes with our stats of the season and having everything organized in Excel sheets. He's the Excel guy, and thank you, Max. Shout out to Max.
Shout out to Max.
All right, and then I think we have
Oh,
Lou
Lou.
over here completely
Big Lou!
It's all Lou.
Get him
shout
out!
out.
Get him out! We don't need to see
Lou,
that
you
guy.
missed your.
don't need to
We
see that
shouted
guy.
you out. You missed your shout out. You only get one.
Get him out of here.
All right, and then this last person I was talking about, Windy Cities,
Yes,
Windy
sir.
City
That's
Siege.
Paul, Tom.
Of course.
Supernova. Tom, the OG Tom.
Let's go. And then
Tiger.
the final one, Valley Miss. It looks like he wants to move into your house.
Oh no.
I don't know. Might have to watch out for that guy. But
You see, there's a reason why you can't see anything past this frame here. Don't worry about that.
I see. Yeah, I wish I could do that with everything on this side of the room. You know.
It's like, all right, I'm gonna be on camera. I'm gonna push everything under.
It's out of the way there.
All right. So back to our question. So the next thing, this is one of my favorite ones, but like I love talking about where teams get like their reference for like their strategies. So like when you guys think about strategies, do you look at like, oh, this other collegiate team played this against us, that's like a good strat? Or like do you look at like how like maybe the top collegiate teams play? Do you look at like tier 2, or do you look at like pro play when thinking about your strats?
Usually we go right to pro play. Ricky,
yeah,
you can answer. He's the strat man, so I'm not going to interrupt him on this one.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting that you mentioned like Team 2 and collegiate strats, because in Rainbow, there's like one big meta for Pro League, and that's the pro players. I mean, of course, there's rank meta and like I don't know, collegiate meta, but collegiate meta usually falls down to pro meta. So when I create strategies, I usually take a look at the big boys, you know, TSM, SSG, Dark Zero, all NA professionals, and try to understand why they do that. Now, why they do this, why they open that, why they reinforce this. But of course, there's been times where we are in a match, and like we played a match against a team that banned Jaeger, and we had to overcome it. We had to before the nerf, yeah. So we were very confused on that, and those little things have boosted me, or had brought like the ideas to create multiple versions for strategy. So, for example, in Pro League, when taking CCTV and cash in Clubhouse, you take it from the big wall. You open big wall, you take garage, maybe take control of red, and you push from that area of the map. But we faced a team that did only a construction push, and we kept losing to that because we weren't prepared to a construction push. So after that game, we have strategies that are built for those situations. So if we're in a game and they're not tagging from the front, they're tagging from the back, let's use this strategy. So we've done that a lot.
And to give Ricky some credit here, Clubhouse used to be our worst map. We would, because it's played so often, the strategies are so well known that anyone with a bit of skill can quite easily break it down. And if we just weren't having a bad day or not winning gunfights, then it's a really easy loss. Ricky ended up coming up with some of his original strategies based on Pro League, but changed it up. And all of a sudden, Clubhouse is now one of our best maps. So
yeah,
props to Ricky.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I think that I've experienced this a lot with like Overwatch too, where like you know, you might try to mimic the pro scene, but collegiate's completely different. At least in Overwatch, like you just have to play to your strengths, because you know, like pro, they're accessible, right? Like they can just grab, oh, this guy's the best at this character, he's the strongest right now, let's grab him, like, right? That just keeps going and going, and like it's just like it's crazy how different the collegiate scene can be in a lot of matches. Like
a little bit of chaos, a little bit of chaos changes everything.
Absolutely,
with the pros, you can rely on them being consistent. You can rely on them hitting tiny pixel shots or insanely fast reactions. And collegiate, you're not going to find that. Even in really strong players, you're not going to find that same level of consistency. So a little bit of chaos, and whoa, the whole match changes.
Yeah, you're right on that. And I mean, like, for example, in Pro League, they don't ban Jackal that often, but in collegiate, they ban Jackal all the time. So those little things also change how we play the game.
Yeah, a lot of variability, and I think that's very exciting. Honestly, it's definitely stressful, especially if you don't figure it out. But yeah. So moving into this next piece, I know you mentioned that you have a few contacts at UIC. Do you have any like rival teams or teams you would consider to be like a rival?
We've ran into a couple teams more than once, but we haven't really been in operation long enough to properly have a rival. It sounds like a lot of fun, and if any teams feel like, you know,
They're looking
building
for
that kind of a relationship with us and maybe letting us beat you or maybe beating us, but you know, I'd prefer to have it the other way around. That'd be awesome.
There's been some teams that we've had beef with, but I don't know if
Yeah.
it's to that level. For example,
Whoop.
UMass, when we played against University of Massachusetts, I think that's what they are. They were kind of rude to us, so we were out for blood that game. That game, we were like, we're not gonna let these like mean guys roll over us. And then there was another team, Dalhousie, I think that's the name.
Yeah.
They're a Canadian team, yeah, and we studied them a lot because we knew they were gonna be a tough opponent. They ended up winning the Open that year, but we beat them. We studied them so hard that like we knew everything they were doing.
Yeah.
And, for us at least, it was like a big achievement
Mhm.
because if like we went over VOD after VOD of their plays.
Yeah, collegiate scouting. Oh man, I think that like for me and like Overwatch and so on, we don't tend to do it that much, but I know like people have been telling me the amount of scouting in collegiate is crazy, and like
well, even if it's just looking up their profile on a stat tracker and just seeing who their most played op is, all of a sudden you'll find players who have 3 times as many hours in one character as compared to anything else. And all of a sudden you ban that character.
Right.
Oh,
what are they gonna do?
Changed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. For example, like it's been more of a thing now in Pro League also, but banning Ashe because Ashe players have like insane KDs and insane headshot ratios. So it's like if we can get their gunners off Ashe, what are they gonna play now?
Especially with the utility meta nerf that Ubisoft's really been focusing on destroying the utility meta, because before all your bans were focused on utility because you just couldn't win the round if you didn't have the utility. If you let the attackers bust down all your walls, your deployables, your ADSs, you lose. There's pretty much unless you're going to pop off and pull off some crazy clutch, you lose. Now that meta is kind of shifting away, and I kind of like that a lot. Now that meta is shifting away, we can afford to ban target. We can target ban. We can ban for reasons other than just utility, and that's going to be interesting for summer season.
The meta is shifting a lot. Yeah, I agree.
Once all these nerfs kind of add up, because it was only at the end of the regular season that these nerfs started to come out. So it's going to be a different scene.
Yeah, what was it like? The last 2 matches, the Wamai and Jaeger nerf came in, and people didn't know how to adapt to that. And we did. It was fairly new, so we were also very confused on what to do with those changes. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that with the amount of characters that are like moving into R6 too, I'm surprised that it's been like, I don't know. I feel like it's been very well adapted, I guess. Like, it's something like Overwatch, since it can change all the time. It can be kind of hectic, but like I think in R6, at least from my experience, it's been pretty good. I think the balance wise.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the way they have it set up, it's pretty nice. So there's a 1 season delay between a new character getting added and them being actually playable in comp. So it gives the devs some time to balance it before it really hits the main stage. But even still, also, you can have some iffy balancing choices.
Malusi. Yeah. But also another thing that Rainbow is and Rainbow has is a 1-shot headshot. So it doesn't matter what character you're playing. If you get hit in the head, you're out.
Yeah, it's still on the mechanics, just like Valorant. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so I guess I'll probably skip over some of the community questions for now and just move right into the fun ones. Just to get to like the more exciting stuff in time. So I guess we'll start with this one. If you could choose one change for Rainbow Six right now, what would it be?
Right now, give
for
Ash
an operator. Oh yeah, for an operator or the game.
Anything,
I think honestly, yeah, anything.
That's why I jokingly say give Ash a headshot hitbox, but like fix some of the small quality of life issues. Just sound occasionally. For like
please,
3 seasons. I'm exaggerating here, but like there was a significant amount of time where for some reason your game could just glitch, and all of a sudden all of your sounds are completely reversed. Like
It's
left is right,
crazy.
up is down, and all of a sudden you're doing mental gymnastics trying to find the person who you think is standing behind you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sound is a big thing in Rainbow and definitely needs to be
Mhm.
looked at.
Gosh.
But I mean, like, if I had to change an operator right now, is give give Finka the pickup ability. Like, come on,
No, she's
they
getting it.
teased
She's
that, they
getting it.
teased it, but give it to her now.
No, she's getting that.
I
And then
want it.
she's getting that. Either that was this patch or next patch. She's getting the ability to revive herself. So there you
Which is
go. Wish
pretty
granted.
exciting. Pretty exciting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
With reflecting on sound, I remember I don't know, for me, every single time I hear someone and I'm like, wait, where are they? I turn
Mhm.
around, there's just like a caviar right behind me every time. I don't know. It's ridiculous.
There's a reason why
right.
she's such a meme in the community. Just out of nowhere, there's a cav behind you.
Yeah.
At least in casual. Sorry, it doesn't happen too much in competitive, but when
Yeah.
it does,
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so this will be a quick one probably. I don't know. I guess it depends if you have an outlier like this. Who plays the most R6 on your team?
Ricky.
Ricky?
Yep.
Let's
Ricky.
go,
Hands
Ricky.
down, yeah.
I'm the
All right.
most inconsistent, which is why I'm not the IGL anymore.
Yeah, I play a lot of Siege, but that doesn't mean I only play.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know, people that think that don't like you only have to play R6 to win. Or to the only game that you have to play. Like, I play Valorant, I play Destiny,
Mhm.
Tarkov. I'm a huge Tarkov fan. But I definitely put in the hours for Rainbow.
Yeah.
I just hit 1,000 hours, and I've been playing on PC for like a year.
Oh,
So
wow, yeah.
Yeah, so he's been grinding PC for a while.
mhm.
He's got more experience on console, but
Yeah, I probably have
don't
1,000 hours.
don't
on
discount Ricky just because console. I promise you,
Yeah,
that's gonna be the last mistake you make.
I think I have 1,000 in console, 1,000
Mhm.
in
Yeah,
PC
so
now.
my Steam profile is a little diverse. I've got a lot of hours recorded, and not all of them are on Siege. I think I'm at 1,600 by now. But yeah, no, I like to bounce around different genres even.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, but I will freely admit that the path to getting better, the path to winning more games, making playoffs, winning playoffs, is gonna be more hours at minimum. More hours means more practice. More practice means more strategies, more
Just getting
time
used
bonding
to it.
together as a team. You need more out. Just at the end of the day, it all comes down to the hours you put in.
Right, yeah. I think I have like, I don't know, I think close to 300 on Siege, but I've enjoyed, I think, every single moment. I think there was a time where I did have a bit of burnout from playing it, but it was
Oh yeah, every like 2 seasons, everyone in the team's like, all right, I'm not playing Siege for like a week or
Yeah.
like 2
yeah.
weeks. We burn up, but
Mhm.
it's fine, it's normal, and then we just come back.
All right, I think we'll head to some comments for a bit and then come back to the fun questions and community questions. So this Grondo guy was talking about Ricky's show chicken. Yeah, I don't know what this means, but Ricky, do you have any
Can I
comments?
Can I show chicken?
Is it like an actual chicken?
Just give me a second.
Oh my god, the mic.
The mic, the headset mic.
Does he have like a chicken? Let's go.
What? He's got a chicken. Is this a CS joke or?
No, it's just the chicken I have in
It's
my
just a
closet.
chicken. You just have a chicken. How have I never known about this?
Every fall, chicken comes out.
All
Not
right.
every fall, but yeah,
He's
chicken.
just not a
Wait, I
chicken.
think I have a chicken somewhere, like a chicken thing in my house somewhere too from Key
I
West.
still have this handy dandy little thing which belonged to Stevie the last time we got together for LAN, which was like 8 months ago. This is not mine.
Yes.
Stevie, one of these days I'm going to get that back to you. One of these days.
Freeze is trying to give you guys some recommendations on starting some rivalries. So he's saying that you need to
Is
get
that
on that
Twitter
Twitter
beef?
beef to get the rivalry ready.
Oh, true.
Yeah, my Twitter game is weak. I run the R6 Twitter and
I don't use Twitter that often.
It's
also.
honestly hard. Yeah, it takes quite some time. All right,
Twitter's
we'll
all fun in
just,
games when you're doing it just for personal reasons, but as soon as it becomes a chore, right? Oh man, it's a chore. I have to do Twitter now.
yeah, and then Freeze was also commenting about the chicken, which we truly appreciate.
Legendary moments.
Yes. It won't it.
It's not going to stay.
All right, and then I guess we'll move back to the community for a bit, and we'll finish with some fun questions and comments at the end. So I guess the only community question we'll be asking around is, I guess, what's your favorite event that you guys or like DePaul has hosted that has involved R6?
TV. I mean, not TV. Snacks land.
Yep. Oh yeah. So, I in high school I used to host a LAN with some of my close friends, and then when I went to DePaul, I started inviting the DePaul guys as well. So once a year, we get together and actually have a good proper LAN moment, which is a little bit more difficult with the whole global pandemic.
Well, we did it.
But we did it. We did it safely, and it was a blast. Honestly,
Yes,
even though we're doing the exact same thing with the exact same people, being in a room and raising that hype level just completely changes it. Blows
Yeah,
it
there's
away.
nothing better than killing Tom, not you, the other Tom, and looking over and yelling at him. There's nothing better.
The hype in that basement.
And now that
is
we have
real.
such a big, now that our community is growing
Mhm.
like very fast and by a lot, if we do a LAN this summer, it would be pretty big. A
And
lot of people would
speaking
come.
of LAN, the big change for us this past year was actually getting to be a part of DePaul Esports. Logos over here. DePaul Esports, which we weren't a part of until 4 months ago. They we created this team as a part of Tom's organization, DePaul FPS, and it was nothing's really changed with the team, but now that we're actually a part of DePaul Esports, we can use the facilities. We can go to CDM Floor 5, maybe, pipe dream here, maybe even use the Esports Center in the DePaul Center and have some of our matches in
Please,
person.
DePaul.
I think that'd be ridiculously cool. Going to LANs, all this is actually now available to us. So it's all new, and this is all future plans, but like there's so much I want to get done in my next 2 years, hopefully not more than 2 years, unless I'm going for a graduate program. But there's a lot I want to get done.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, now that we have a lot more teams, and we also like sanction all of our FPS teams to compete under DePaul's name, right? Like, I think they need to expand the esports center. Honestly,
Yeah.
Like, I hope. I mean, I probably won't be around because I'm graduating this year, but I would really like to see the esports center expand, have more of like a social gathering place there, and so on. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot cool.
Bit of a controversial statement here, but like the esports center and the DePaul center is the only good thing in that lower level.
Yeah, I do like some of the study rooms there. Like people aren't there that frequently, but I definitely think the library is pretty cool too. So yeah.
There's a lot of those rooms that just don't get used. There's a lot of space that I don't know.
I think for me was a selling point.
Wink.
The esports center was a selling point for me. I'm like, wow, DePaul has like this cool room where you can just play competitively.
My major is game programming, and I had no idea about the esports center. That was just like
icing on
I discovered that on my tour of the school.
Pretty interesting, yeah. Awesome.
Cool. All right. And then we'll move back to some of the fun questions here that we've gone over the community part aspect. So who has the biggest clutch gene on the team, I guess, like right now or even in the past?
Clutch.
I mean, I have my moments where like all of a sudden pull some insane plays just for one map, and then all of a sudden hit the bottom of the scoreboard the next map.
When you like, what was it, like a 4K or an ace? And like it was like,
I remember back in the
first year.
The first year there was one map on Clubhouse where we were down like 2v5. It was completely lost. So I just decided, forget it. Let's rush. Let's just push the site from breach. Complete suicide, but somehow I survived killing 4 people. 5th guy runs outside the map to get away from me just because he knows there's no time left. There's like 1-2 seconds on the clock. I had to chase this guy with 3 rounds left in my pistol, and he downs me as a defender. I end up downing him. I down him as an attacker, so it should by default be a defender win. We should have lost that round, but because of latency, technically I downed and killed him first, And by the time it reached the server, he hadn't downed me, even though he totally did.
That's crazy.
And so we won a total loss of a round. It was great.
And
Wow.
I've had my moment where it's like
Mhm.
I'm playing Maestro and Basement in Consulate.
Oh yeah.
And it's a match point. There's 2 people, they plant like, and I just frag 2 people, boom, boom.
Funnily
Like,
enough, I still have
done.
both those clips. I still have both those clips.
They were like the highlights.
We were
and,
so excited when it was just a 1v2 clutch. Like it was good.
insane.
Don't get me wrong, but like it wasn't like
1v2
solo
close fight.
tier, right?
Mhm.
But it was just huge.
It won us the game.
Oh,
It
no.
was the winning round.
Yeah. It was the winning round.
Not the
hear all
Bolo
of us
fanboys.
screaming.
No.
You can hear us screaming into our
Hey, man.
mics.
I'm a
No
Bolo
kidding.
fan.
Bolo.
No.
It's all charm, you know. I keep
Yeah.
saying, people's like, "Oh, why are you so good?" I'm not good. The charm in my pistol is what's bringing me up.
The charm.
The charm.
The
It's a
lucky
bullet charm.
All right, so I guess we should probably end it there and just see if anyone in the chat right now has a question. And of course, definitely got to plug the Twitter. I think someone was talking about Ricky's Twitter in the comments.
Nope.
Someone wanted to follow you.
Oh no.
If Ricky follows DPR6,
You can
might be able
follow.
to
You
find
can follow
him.
this
DePaul
account,
R6.
and you can find me there. Yes, sir.
And then of course, the DePaul FPS Discord, where a majority of the
Oh yeah.
Rainbow Six activities occur.
You want to see us, Valorant, CS, Call of Duty, Overwatch, everything's over there. Everything FPS is pretty much over there. The only thing I think that's exclusive to esports, no, actually, if Overwatch is an FPS, then yeah.
Yeah, but you check it out. Remember this Friday.
Oh yeah.
This Friday
Gotta
night,
plug the
we're
tryouts,
having
guys. Gotta plug it.
guys. And
Friday,
we're looking for
April
any type
9th.
of players. Any type of players. We are people that are bronze that are trying out. We want fraggers. We want support players. We want flex. We want people to come and say hi. We want everyone to try out. So please, try out, guys.
Please don't be afraid because of whatever your skill level is. I'm a hard stuck plat 3 gold 1 right now for the past like 3 seasons. It's the grind. The grind is real.
It's funny because in competitive, and you can tell us if we're going off for a little bit, but we have silver players that are fragging on plat players. Yeah. Like competitive is completely different from rank.
Competitive
and
is a
rank
different
isn't
experience.
truly a description of your skill. So definitely, you have the opportunity to play against
numbers can lie. Numbers can lie because
yes,
there's a skill curve. You're gonna get better the more you play. So obviously, if you play 30 games of ranked, having never touched the game before, your stats are gonna be in the toilet.
Right. All right. So we have some questions actually from the comments.
All right.
And you actually kind of answered this, but how intense do you suspect tryouts are going to be next week?
I would guess they're gonna be pretty chill. We've turned this around really quickly. Just so we can, because ideally it was supposed to be we get tryouts up and running before or at the very, very beginning of spring term. And this is the first week already. So we're going to be in the second week of spring term. It's only 10 weeks long. So I wish we could have been more on top of that and turned that around sooner, but I was busy with finals and got a job as well. So I'm running double duty here.
For
tryouts are going to be pretty chill.
Level, there's gonna be all over the place. I feel like we have people that are coming in that are with positive KDs. Like I was talking to a guy that wants to try out that has like a 1.5 KD, and he's like a gold plat. So there's gonna be players like that, but there's also gonna be players that are silvers or that are bronzes that are want to come in and check out the team.
So you're gonna get your first real taste of the competitive rule set because
competitive
seeing it and playing it, it's not the same as ranked. The round timer is the same, but you have 6-pick. You have the operator pick phase is
no points,
10 seconds long, no points. You don't know if you got lucky and down someone through a wall or some shit like that. Yeah.
All right, and here are some questions that probably don't need an answer, honestly. Who is the best on the team currently? How does Snacks get his hair so fabulous? And how does Snacks get those muscles? And then
the answer to those questions is number 1, young gunner, Nat. Number 2, I've been growing. I just haven't bothered to cut my hair through the entire of quarantine. I started off with a buzz cut, and now it's just long. And number 3, I'm skinny.
There you go. Boom.
I haven't worked out in months.
And here we have a real question.
Oh,
right?
I am
You guys
so
stream-
glad you asked that.
Go for it.
So until as of the end of last season, I was the captain and the IGL. I tried to run everything and it kind of crumbled towards the end, which is why Ricky, my man, has taken over the IGL. But what it means is that I actually, one of my big projects for either the summer season or potentially just testing it out over summer with some private streams, my goal is to get a proper stream running. So I do have some broadcasting experience to bring to that, some production broadcasting experience, not just Twitch live streaming. So I gotta build graphics for that. I gotta build animations, title sliders,
And we have
scoreboards,
some
upper headers,
people-
lower headers. I got big
Yeah.
plans for that. So if we stream our matches, it's gonna be up for the next few months. It's gonna be up to the players, which you can find. Max likes to stream our matches. Upgame 1997, I think, on Twitch. You can find some of our VODs there. Yeah. So
But yeah, I mean,
TLDR,
we've-
look for the players, look
Mhm,
for player streams,
definitely.
and then next year, I really want to have a proper streaming setup going. Hey, you know what?
Some casters, maybe.
Casters are interested. Fill out the tryout esports.
Yeah, there you go. That's Tom.
Absolutely.
Some of the old players like Tom and Lou wanted to cast games. I mean, sure, if we can set that up.
Gotta be unbiased though. It's the biggest difficulty.
Yeah.
We can't. It is a DePaul stream, but you gotta be neutral.
Yeah, and I think that also, I think in DePaul FPS, we have like a team updates channel, and even in esports, so we've been trying to post a lot of the streams that were happening for all of the matches of every game, right? Just for everyone to come and see. So I think we'll be wrapping up here, and thank you for this final, I guess, comment here, Kesley, and yeah, I think we'll be ending here. And of course, this was sponsored by HyperX, so a lot of thanks to them. And do you guys have any, I guess, like final comments to conclude?
Yeah, you see Tom's really shiny microphone over there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
HyperX.
Wait,
right
HyperX
here,
is
right here.
crazy.
Oh, HyperX.
HyperX.
Wait. Speaking of HyperX, all right, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Snazzy commercial HyperX looking good. I'm here with like cable nightmare full microphone arm here.
All right, so I guess we're just gonna smile and wave now.
Smile and wave. Ricky's chicken says
Bye,
goodbye.
the chicken. Bye.